Stop. Imagine a used car. It has 100,000 miles on it. The paint is faded. The engine is old. One day, the dealer takes off the used car sign and puts on a new sign. Certified pre-owned. The car did not change. The miles did not change. The engine did not change. Only the label changed. But somehow, the car now feels more valuable. That is exactly what Congress just did to your retirement. In December 2025, a bill passed the House of Representatives. Almost no media coverage. It changes 3 official Social Security terms. 3 names. And those 3 names shape the retirement decisions of 70 million Americans. Here is what nobody is telling you. The same miles. The new label. And a plan to raise your retirement age. Stick with me for 10 minutes. Your future pension depends on it. The bill is called the Claiming Age Clarity Act. It was introduced in September 2025. It changes 3 terms. Early eligibility age becomes minimum monthly benefit age. Full retirement age becomes standard monthly benefit age. Delayed retirement credit is removed. The age up to which you can delay becomes maximum monthly benefit age. The sponsors say, people are confused by the current terms. And they are right. In 2010, 52% of new retirees claimed benefits at age 62. By 2024, that number dropped to 26%. Cut in half. Without changing the benefit formula. Without changing any ages. Just through education and clearer language. Words are already doing real financial work inside this system. Most people would stop here. Clear language. Good. And move on. But the story does not stop here. Because you think the problem this bill is solving is consumer confusion. The actual problem it may be setting the stage to solve? The most expensive structural problem Social Security has faced since 1983. April 20th, 1983. President Reagan signed the Social Security amendments. The program was months away from not being able to pay all benefits. The amendments included gradually raising the full retirement age from 65 to 67 and making 50% of Social Security benefits taxable. The age increase was phased in over decades. Deliberately. Slowly. In effect, this was a benefit cut. But nobody announced a benefit cut. They announced a retirement age adjustment. And nobody felt a single moment of loss. The people who voted for it in 1983 are mostly gone. The people who paid the price? Born in 1960 or later. And that phase-in completed this year. Here is what changed. When the full retirement age was 65. Claiming at 62 gave you 80% of your full benefit. When the normal retirement age reached 67. Workers claiming at 62 received 70%. A 10 percentage point reduction. Spread over 4 decades. Wrapped in language that sounded like a neutral demographic adjustment. Same miles. New label. Keep that phrase in your head. You will see it again. Here is where we are in 2026. The Social Security Board of Trustees releases an annual report. The combined trust fund reserves can pay all scheduled benefits until 2034. But in August 2025, Social Security's chief actuary reported that a recent law moved the depletion date closer to 2032. 2032. That is 6 years from now. If Congress does nothing, Social Security will be legally required to cut benefits to match revenues. That would result in a 23% across-the-board benefit cut. A typical couple retiring in the year of insolvency would face a $16,500 reduction in annual benefits. Not zero benefits, 77 cents on the dollar. And the underlying math is only getting harder. The aging us population is putting unprecedented pressure on a workforce growing more slowly. In 1960, there were more than 5 workers paying Social Security taxes for every beneficiary. By 2024, that ratio dropped to 3 to 1. Projected to drop below 2.5 to 1 by mid-century. Plus peak 65. From 2024 to 2027. More than 4.1 million Americans turn 65 every year. The largest surge of retirements in our nation's history. Now look at what is already on the table. The Republican Study Committee's budget proposes raising the full retirement age from 67 to 69. Analysis shows raising to 69 would cut benefits for all new retirees by roughly 12.5% to 14.3% by the time it is fully phased in. And it would cost a median wage retiree thousands of dollars every year. In December, Senator Rand Paul tried to attach an amendment raising the full retirement age to 70. It did not pass. But a Congressional Budget Office analysis found that raising to 70 would not even fully solve the problem. The ceiling is not even at 70. The solvency math demands more than any single lever can provide. Now put this all together. A program heading toward insolvency in 2032-2034. A documented proposal to raise the age to 69. And months earlier, Congress passes a bill that quietly replaces full retirement age with standard monthly benefit age. A neutral name. A technical name. A name that can be assigned to a different age number, without the emotional charge that raising the retirement age would produce. If the FRA moves from 67 to 69, Congress will announce a change to the standard monthly benefit age. Not a benefit cut. A terminology update. Same miles. New label. The Social Security Chief Actuary estimates that full retirement age reform alone would reduce Social Security's CES long-range shortfall by 18%. That is the incentive. That is why it keeps coming back to the table. Here are the 3 levels of the Social Security trap. Because 3 separate mechanisms work at the same time. And most people track only one. Level 1. The claiming decision and the break-even math. The difference between claiming at 62 and waiting until 70. About 77% more per month. For someone with a $2,000 monthly benefit. At 62, $1,400. At 70, $2,480. But that is at 0 return. If you can invest early payments at 4%, Treasury bonds, the break-even point pushes well past age 80. Level 2. Full retirement age manipulation. The 1983 phase-in just completed. A new proposal to raise the age to 69 is documented. And the vocabulary has been updated to make the next increase smoother to implement. If the FRA moves to 69, the same person retiring at 62 could receive as little as 52–55% of the new standard benefit. Same earnings. Same person. A much smaller check. Level 3. The compounding base problem. The COLA, cost of living adjustment, for 2026 is 2.8%. For a $2,000 benefit. An extra $5–6 per month. But Medicare Part B premiums also rose. That eats about 32% of your COLA increase. Now layer in the base problem. If you claimed early at 62, every COLA adjustment applies to a smaller base number. Over 20 years, the gap in absolute dollars is much larger than just the monthly check difference. Here is the number that should actually stop you. Healthy life expectancy in the United States. 66 years. 66 years. The average retirement age in the US? About 65 years. The gap between when the average American stops working and when their health starts meaningfully declining. 1 year. 1 year. The entire debate about claiming at 62 versus 67 is happening inside a framework where the average American has roughly 1 year of genuinely healthy, fully active retirement. If a retirement age increase moves your effective exit from 65 to 67 or 69, you have not just lost 2 to 4 years of income. For a statistically meaningful percentage of Americans, you have compressed most or all of the healthy active window you had. That is the cost that never appears in a congressional actuarial analysis. 3 things you can do with this information. Because a video that only makes you anxious is just anxiety with a thumbnail. Move 1. Model 2 full retirement age scenarios in your planning. 67 and 69. Not as certainties, as probabilities worth running numbers on. If the FRA increases, your claiming decision changes. Your break-even changes. Your entire retirement income architecture shifts. Build a plan robust enough to survive both outcomes. Move 2. Stop letting the free calculators make your claiming decision for them. They assume a zero return. If you have other income sources, run the break-even at 2%, 4%, and 5% before you commit. The answer at 4% looks dramatically different from the answer at 0%. Move 3. Separate total life expectancy from healthy life expectancy in every calculation you run. Who data? Healthy life expectancy in the US is 66 years. Every year a policy change delays your effective retirement is not just moving income. For a significant portion of the population, it is compressing the only time in their lives when they will be genuinely healthy enough to enjoy retirement. The Claiming Age Clarity Act will probably get signed. The new terms will probably help some people make better decisions. And the 83 million Americans who rely on Social Security will probably never read a congressional research brief about what the vocabulary change signals for the next structural move. That is fine. That is why this channel exists. The miles have not changed, but the label is being updated. And now you know what to look for the next time Congress announces a clarification. Here is what you will do right now. 1. Hit subscribe, because the algorithm will not show you the next video if you do not. 2. Like this video. The algorithm loves likes. 3. Write in the comments one question that you now have about Social Security that you did not have before this video. 4. Send this video to one person who says, I will just take Social Security at 62. Tell them. Run the numbers first. Because same miles. New label. Do not let them relabel your retirement. See you in the next video.